Here's how to use the resume template on the class website to type your resume. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to google.com and you're going to click sign in. And you will type in your login and your password. If you get your password right. There you go. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the class website for this week. So you're going to go to GradPortfolio, blogspot.com, and find where it says week 4, and you're going to go all the way down to the bottom of this assignment, and you'll look for where it says click here for resume template, and you'll click on that. Now you can't actually, it's going to pop up resume template, but you can't actually type in here. If you look, it's not letting you type. What you have to do is you have to go to File, Make a Copy, and save it as your name and resume, so you know how to find it easily. So click OK. And it's going to open it as a completely new file. Now this one, you see you can actually make changes in if you want to take something out or put it back in. First thing you need to do up here is change all of this stuff. You're going to put in your name, your address, your city, your state, your zip code, your phone number, including the area code, including 916, and you're going to put in your professional email address. That is the email address that you had to make for this class. It's going to be some form of your first name and last name, probably. For education, you can put other schools you went to if you want, but if you're going to be graduating from CCCS, you'll put this down. You'll put CCCS, class of, what year you graduate. You can put your overall GPA if it's a 3.0 or higher. If it's not, don't worry about putting it. Just have class of year, 2015 or whatever, and you can take out the GPA part. For where it says experience, what you want to do is you want to delete this right here, and you're going to put the title of job 1. So for example, that's what you did at the job. So for example, say you worked at McDonald's and you were a cashier. The title of your job is going to be cashier, and your company name, you're going to delete this right here, and you're going to type in McDonald's. And then month and year, what they want to know is when you started and you quit working there. So when you started working there to when you left for whatever reason. So say you worked from April 2014 to, let's say you're still working there, you're going to put to present. Let's say your job before that was Taco Bell, and you were also a cashier. So you're going to change that to Taco Bell. And let's say you're no longer there. You will put, let's say you were there July 2013 to April 2014. So you would put that in there. You always want to go chronologically when you are writing your resume. So you want to have your most recent experience first. So if you're still working here or wherever you worked most recently, you'll put that down. If you have a couple jobs at the same time, it doesn't really matter which one you put first. Okay, next thing that you want to do, if you only have had one job, you can delete the second thing and just have whatever the first thing is. If you haven't had any jobs, try and think of, have you ever babysat for anybody that you can count that as a job? Is there anything that you've done that shows that you have experience? If you have absolutely zero experience whatsoever, you can delete the whole experience section, but see if you can think of anything to put in there that would be a job, even if it was volunteering type things. That shows you know how to work. Activities you're going to put, or if you read the text here, it says write any activities you've been involved in, what they were, and when you were in them. This could include sports you've played, clubs you were in at your last school, groups you've been involved with in the community or at church, or anywhere you've volunteered. Since it's CCCS, you have to do service learning. If you've completed your service learning hours, you can mention that. You can write, and like it says right here, volunteered with Community Collaborative Charter School service learning, and then the semester and the year that you were involved with service learning. Spring 2014, fall 2014, spring 2015, or whatever. And if you've done more than 50 community service hours, write how many hours that you have. So let's say you did, you only need 24 to graduate, but let's say you really enjoyed being in service learning, and so you did like 60, 70, 100 hours, definitely put that in there. Put completed 100 hours of community service projects. Show people that you are committed to something and that you know how to work. That's what's important. Under awards, you're going to write any awards that you may have won, like if you've won Student of the Month, if you're on a sports team and you got MVP or Most Inspirational Player or anything like that. You can delete this whole section if you don't have anything here. Skills, write down skills and strengths you might have. For example, you might write your typing speed. If you have typing, the keyboarding class, and you know you type 25 words a minute, you might write typing 25 words per minute. You might write communicates well with others. Very organized. Things like that. You know, you might just want to say, what are you good at? Maybe you can change the oil in your car. Maybe you can babysit 5 kids at the same time and not have any of them, you know, disappear or run away or get into the cookie jar or something. You know, put those things that show you're organized and that you're a person that they want to hire. Delete some stuff here because try and keep this, or actually not even try it. You should always, always, always keep this in one page. And if you look, it says here on the second page, you should not have any writing on this page. You always keep your resume to one page. If you need help completing it, you can go to the lab for help, or you can see Mr. Beaumont because he's a career advisor. Anyway, the last section down here is references. We're going to talk in week 5 about finding references and how to ask people about references. But basically, references are going to be people that an employer, a potential employer, could call and ask about you. You know, is this person going to be reliable? Are they going to be a good employee for me? Do they know what they're doing? Example. So you're going to give some references there. You can give friends, you can give parents, but it looks better if you can give people, like, say, for example, teachers or former bosses or current bosses, things like that, because they're people who don't have necessarily a personal relationship with you and wouldn't have any reason to be nice and, you know, and make things up. They're going to be honest, which is good. You should have people who are able to be honest and say, yeah, this person's a good person to hire. They're a good worker. You want to be able to have references like that. One last thing that I should have mentioned up here. Under experience, so you're going to put your job title, you're going to put where you worked, you're going to put when you worked. Write things that you had to do at the job. So, for example, handled money and made sure register was accurate. You know, at the end of your shift, is the right amount of money in there that's supposed to be in there according to the receipts. Let's see, communicated with supervisor and coworkers to help the store run smoothly. Trying to think of anything else. You know, what else would you do there that shows that you're a reliable, quality worker and that you have some skills? Manage customer service interactions. You have to make it sound fancy. That's why we're making it sound fancy. Manage customer service interactions to ensure customer satisfaction. Basically, if someone came up to you and complained that they didn't like their fries, you gave them new fries. Something like that. But that's a fancy way of saying that. You're making sure the customers are happy. That's one of the things employers want to know. Are you going to be able to make customers happy? Because if you're rude to them, then the customers aren't going to want to come back, and that's not going to help out the company you're working for, and that's not going to help you out. So basically, you're just looking for things that show that you can do a good job at this. Now again, if you totally get stuck on this, remember this was only a rough draft. If you totally get stuck on this, you can go to lab and get help. Talk to the lab teachers about writing a resume. You can talk to your teacher about writing a resume, see if they have some time to go over it with you, or you can go see Mr. Beaumont, the career advisor. It works best if you talk to him and make an appointment with him. But he can definitely help you come up with some things for your resume and just to help make it better. All right, thanks for listening. Have a good one.